And so, because this word is really ambiguous and can be thrown around a lot, when you say building community, what are the tactical things people are doing?
So I think okay, you've got the offline, you've got the online community, right? So like for me, it's showing up every day. I'm putting out content that I think is relevant. I'm being myself. I'm having fun with it. I'm doing videos. I'm switching it up a lot. Like I'm very diverse with the content that I put out, and I show up a lot. I mean, like a lot. But then there's like that next level where you're taking things offline. So you're taking things to the DMs, and you're taking things to um, phone calls. I think those are the tactical things you can do. You mentioned something interesting, which I think it's just a fantastic idea. And that's the idea of taking people that you know professionally and like linking up groups of people who are similar.
Mm.
And, maybe that's on a Slack channel, maybe it's on Discord, or maybe it's on like, hey, we're going to communicate through Slack and Discord or like a group DM. But then once a month, we're going to have like just a meeting where the value in it is like we're just getting to know each other, and maybe we're in similar stages of life. Maybe maybe we're balancing the corporate job with like a side hustle, or maybe we're trying to grow a family and a business. Like you find that commonality,
Yeah.
and but taking it offline in those small groups, either on Zoom or obviously it's great if you can meet up physically by location, but probably more realistic right now is like Zoom. Those are tactical ways to do it. And again, it starts with the showing up online, seeing who likes your stuff, seeing what conversations are going on. Then it's starting to take it offline and just being a connector of people. I think that's big. Going, hey, Hilary, you connect really well with, Tony over here. You guys have a lot of similarities. You guys should connect. And if you can be a connector of people as well, then, that again, you're a community builder, and it can look like a lot of different things in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I love the tactical pieces because it's like people do not understand there's this this is like you can operationalize this. There are very tactical things you can do to build community, and connecting is one of them, as you describe. And there's a great quote in a Simon Sinek interview from, I don't know, like a year ago, right after COVID hit, that he said, I feel like if I could solve a problem moving into the future, it's how we relate to people.
Cool.
And I think that's why people are yearning for community, because we used to relate very simply where we went to school, where we grew up, and, where, you know, we go to church, right? Very basic things. And now there's so many ways to relate. Like, I'm a meditator, I speak Japanese, and I have a group of community of women that there's nothing formal about us, but they're all women that are younger than me that also speak Japanese, because it's a weird thing for white women to speak Japanese. It's just this weird thing. No one really understands what we go through, what we experience. And so I've nurtured these women. We connect every now and again, and it's this community. And I think that's the challenge, is our identities are more complex than ever before. And so if you're talking to, someone who's listening to this podcast and they feel like they don't belong and they don't have community, like, what's your advice to finding those people?
That's such a great question. I think, look, start the conversations that you want to have. And I think there's something powerful in what you said. Like, it's a pretty niche thing, right? You got um, white women that speak Japanese. Like, it's either you're going to be in that or you're not. Like, it's not, it's very, it's very like it's just a niche thing. So I think, Clubhouse right now is a great way to do that, because you could just show up and you could put a room title on there, and you could totally have a room that said white women that speak Japanese. You're not going to get anyone else than white women that speak Japanese join that room. Maybe a couple people are interested in it, but that same concept applies. Like, think about the conversations, think about the things that you're passionate about. And it could really be anything. Like, I love, I don't know, I love Liverpool Soccer Club, all right? Because I'm from England. So I would start naturally a club that's like Liverpool, people who love Liverpool. We have that commonality. People are going to join in, and, other people that don't like soccer aren't going to join in those conversations. And then maybe it's like, I've got a daughter. So maybe it's like girl dads, like, or, people who have daughters under 5, and or I'm trying to find people who have a 2-year-old, because my 2-year-old's getting really, really difficult to deal with right now. And so I start conversations around how do you deal with your difficult 2-year-old, and suddenly you're building community. And I think the important thing to remember is, like, if you're feeling like that, there's a bunch of other people who are feeling like that, and what people are waiting for. Like, I used to see this in the bars. Like, I just think of life as a bar, where when you think of that dance floor at the bar, no one will go on to the dance floor unless, like, there's somebody on the dance floor. And a lot of times for me, I was the guy who'd, like, I didn't care if it's 6 p.m. I've had a couple of drinks, I'm hitting the dance floor, I'm dancing, and suddenly it opens the door for other people. So I think, remember that you're not alone, but remember, like, action always produces results. So you've got 2 options. You can just go, I'm alone, I'm not feeling like I have any community. I think sometimes it's like, okay, you're not alone. You just got to find those people. And the best way to do that is to just start those conversations, and start the conversations around the things that you really are passionate about, that you know that you want to connect with people on. And then you can start building community. And so it takes a little bit of bravery. I'm not going to lie, it takes some bravery, but you're not alone, without a doubt.